And then I'm going to do big waves out there. So happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Jason. This is fun. Saw your transformation after what? Well, you can't talk back because I muted the lines, but maybe a week. Very short, 2 weeks. Okay, well, gosh, time flies when you're having fun, but you look incredible. So congratulations on that. And that's the fun part, guys. So happy Wednesday. And thank you so much for spending your evening with us tonight. And we're going to keep this short and sweet. We're traveling today and having some wild adventures. I got driven all over the state of Tennessee. So we're going to have some fun this weekend, but wanted to jump on here with you guys and see how we can win together. So I had the privilege of being in a beautiful living room last night. Beautiful home, beautiful location, and beautiful people. And I got to hear a beautiful story. And it's so much fun to watch the people. Like you'll meet somebody and then they're kind of a little skeptical. Not sure this is going to work for me. And then they decide to be brave enough to try it. And then they lean into it. And like Jason, they see results really, really quickly. And then they start sharing, and then they start winning. And it's so much fun to just kind of watch the process unfold. And we're seeing that with so many people. So we have a very special lady on with us tonight. Her name is Connie. And Connie, I'm going to spotlight you, but I'll be a nice person. I'll spotlight me too, because it's never fun when it's just your face up there. And if you hate it, you can click view and hit gallery in the upper right-hand corner, and that will put everybody. But everybody, this is Connie Garner, and she's brand new. I mean, how long have you been involved so far?
This is my 11th week.
11th week. So under 3 months, she's been a part of the Partner Co family. And this, I've gotten to, meet her a couple of times with our very own Buffy Wallen. But last night was the first time I got to hear kind of the big picture, like of everything that she had, or part of everything that she had going on. So thank you so much for jumping on here tonight. We forced you to hang out with us last night. Now we're forcing you again. I tried to move in with her, but her husband said no. He said no more kids in the house. But I did really love your home. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you.
And would you share your beautiful story tonight? So tell us a little bit about when you got started with the drops and kind of what's going on with them.
Early June, I was pretty low, had no energy, had to force myself up every morning, had acute degenerative arthritis going on in my knee, and also AFib, having a hard time with that. And I have dieted since I was 15 years old, and nothing lasted. I would lose weight, but never sustain it. And one night, it was a Friday night, and I just said, Lord, I've tried everything. I don't know what to do. You're going to have to give me some answers. And I had seen Buffy on Facebook a lot, and just, I knew her because we loved watching the girls play ball and everything. And the next morning when I got up, she was the first thing I saw on Facebook, and it was just like blaring at me. So I called her Saturday morning. I know she was busy, and I asked her to tell me about the drops. She was at my house by 10 o'clock, and by 12 I was signed up and on the drop. And I was really thrilled about it, because it was like she held my hand and led me through it. It wasn't anything blind to do, if I had a question, it didn't matter what time of day or not, she was always there to help me. And for the last year, my doctor had been wanting me to take cholesterol medicine. And I begged her the last checkup, which was 3 months ago, give me 3 more months. And so I did. And last week I went for my checkup. My cholesterol was down 41 points. The LDL was down 27 points. And my triglycerides was down 34 points. So she said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, So I was really excited about that. And to know that the scale, tells me I've lost 30 pounds, and that's great. But to know how much better I'm feeling and how much more energy I have, to me, that's worth everything. So that's
Oh my
pretty much,
gosh.
so.
Well, that is a beautiful story. And you guys know I'm a sap. So like I can cry over, like, we just know this. So I'm like, we're good. But I just think that's such a gift. And, there was so many clues right there for all of us. Right. So, one, well, she prayed about it, right? Like that's probably a pretty big clue for a lot of us. Sometimes we need to start there. We know that there's answers out there, but we don't really look for it, right? We don't ask for it to come to us. So ask for it. Two, Buffy was visible. Sometimes I'm so guilty of being an undercover promoter. Until really July of this year. So I've been in this industry for over 12 years. Until July, you would have had to dug really deep to figure out if I was in a company or not, if I had anything to offer you. So gosh, if Buffy wasn't out there posting, Connie, you wouldn't have been blessed in so many ways. So good job on that. So there's a huge clue. Next, you asked, and did Buffy say, well, I'll get back to you next week? Or did she ignore your message? No, she jumped in the car. She met you that day. You were starting the product ASAP. And then she loved on you every step of the way, encouraged you. Like I remember the first event that I met you at, and you were not crazy enthusiastic. You were like, well, we'll see. I've been on diet since I was 15. And you talked about that and you're like, I don't know if this one. And then I want to say it was within a week, I saw you again. You're like, well, maybe it's working. And we've watched you. So tell us a little bit about how you're feeling in your body. Because you said something last night about pain and some difference there too.
Right. A year ago, September, I had an accident with a generator falling on my knee, and I thought I had broke something. And the MRIs just showed that it was degenerative arthritis, and the accident sent it into overdrive. We have a 2-story house, and I could not get up the steps. And I think I've been up the steps 5 or 6 times today, no pain, So that tells it all to me, my low back and knees were where most of it was. But the energy level is much better. I'm ready to get up in the mornings and start my day. I don't try to make excuses to stay in bed and not do anything that day, but it's just a world of difference. And I think another thing Buffy did for me was she sent me a message one day and she said, here's a 28-day challenge, do this. I didn't know you could say no, so I did it. And it helped a lot because it helped me to detox everything, so 28
well
days.
Guys, on that, so just so everybody knows, Dr. Crystal, Ashley Paulson, the Circle of Health crew, I believe it starts October 16th. Is it? Anybody know that? Is that right? 15th or 16th? I could be wrong. Go to the Circle of Health. It's $10. It's optional, but don't tell Connie. Don't tell Connie. That's outside the company, so it has nothing really to do with Partner Co. other than it's being supported through the Cylinderize program. So they give us all kinds of tips and support, and we've got our own what's it called, Telegram channel, and they share recipes and meal plans, and it's really phenomenal. So I signed up last time. That's all I did. I signed up, but this time I'm going to participate. I swear I'm going to participate. So thank you so much for that encouragement. And Connie, so we've talked to you about what it's done for you physically, but let's talk a little bit about business, because you started the product. Are you telling anybody about them?
I am, and I have never been a social media person, and I'm really out of my box, but I'm trying to do that also. Probably 20 boxes or more. I'm not sure, but I've sold other things too, because I'm also taking MOA and Lemu and that sort of thing. So I have shared that. I got a brand new brand partner this past weekend. So I'm working on it. I'm
Well,
working on it.
congratulations. And it's so funny. Like, we are so spoiled. Like, you didn't even hear it right there, but we are so spoiled. You're like, just like 20 customers, just 20, no big thing. Like, I've been here for just a minute and I have 20 customers, no big thing, new brand partner. No, I'm trying. You're rocking, lady. So congratulations. And Buffy, I know you have been, oh, thank you, Mary Catherine. If anybody's going to have the facts, it's Mary Catherine. So the next challenge, October 16th through November 12th. I should have just asked you first, but Buffy, I know you're running, just all supporting Connie, working with her. So do you have anything you'd like to add or share with that?
She pretty much said it in a nutshell. Her family is near and dear to me. I can look up in the stands and they was at every girls' ball game, everything. Of course, I'll cry.
Okay, don't you cry?
I know, I'm a crier. I'm sorry, but that family is very near. So when she called, it's like I want her on these drops. I just needed, and I was hoping and praying that she had an open mind to hear me out, and she did, and I'm just very thankful. And this is just the beginning,
Yes.
the beginning. So I know she had a lot of goals. I think she's got surgery coming up in about maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So she had some goals to set with that to get that ready. So I think we're all in line for her to be an even bigger, better person in this company and feel good,
Yes. Well, Connie, and hi, Eddie. Good to see you. So great to see everybody. And thank you so much for sharing, Connie. We are so excited. We're so excited for your health and for you feeling good and to be able to love on people we care about. So thank you for sharing with us tonight. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much. We really enjoyed everybody coming last night. And Eddie wanted me to tell you personally, Andrea, that he got an armadillo this morning. I would not let him send the picture. I would not let him send the picture to you. That's okay.
I so appreciate. So guys, you all know I'm a lunatic when it comes to animals. I love the critters. And so I walk into their yard, and you've got to picture it because it's one of the most beautiful yards you're ever going to walk into. You walk out their back door and there's this big lush patio, and then you go down and there's like green lawn, and then you go down and there's, I don't know, is that an inlet? I don't know, just a part of the river. It's peaceful and just wonderful. And he said, yeah, we get armadillos. And I went, oh, and I was so excited. And he said, yeah, I'm going to shoot one. I'm like, oh, we had a very different reaction to armadillos. I thought it was a pet, but I guess they're a pest. So congratulations. I'm glad you got it. And I don't need to see it, but I'm so happy for you. Well, good work. Good work. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk to Buffy. So I'm going to highlight you, lady, and bring you up here with me. If you would tell us a little bit. So you've got just a ton of excitement going on. And the first thing I wanted you to talk about was your Super Saturday. And while you're talking, I should have been more prepared, but while you're talking, I'm going to go grab that flyer because it's on my phone. It's not actually on my computer. So I'm going to grab it, and you tell us a little bit about this Super Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be, of course, Saturday the 14th. And I've invited just a few friends to come in and, just kind of train us, or, whatever that we got to do that day. There's just no words that I can say to how excited I am for this group of people coming in to train us on it. We've got so much going on in our, I call it community, in the surrounding areas, Lawrenceburg, Athens, from Florence, and I'll miss something, on to Mississippi or wherever. And but I'm just tickled that, and we're hosting it me and Billy is hosting it at our house. So if anybody has ever come to our house, they're going to go, oh no, but I will make it happen. I promise. I'm moving furniture out, and I've done it before. I've got a big old family. So I know how to make room. So y'all, please, if you're in driving distance, get here and stay after. We're going to have lunch, and I'm sure there's going to be some ball games on, and we've got TVs in every room. We'll have everything on that you want, and I just want everybody to come and stay a while, and let's fellowship.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I'll hang out in the closet, hang out with your shoes. And I was looking at that flyer, so I'm going to kind of pull it up on my screen, but the amount of boxes, like I wish we had done that math. We might need to before everybody gets here, because, well, how many boxes do you think you've moved through your business, Buffy? You personally?
Oh, probably 70.
So 70. Alan, I want to say, was close to 300. I'm not sure. Selena, I mean, she moved 21 in a day. Clark is probably 200. I don't know, Leisha, but I'm going to guess, we'll just say at least 40. I don't know, Andrea. Cannon, 200. I mean, crazy. I've moved 100. Coach has moved more than me. I don't know Jerry and Allison. I mean, a lot of, so the number of the people that are at that event, every single one has moved a lot of boxes through their business. And that is obviously just the beginning. That's not our point. Like we're not here. We're okay.
Allison,
thank you, Allison.
40.
About 40. See, now somebody else needed to add that up, because that was above my math skills. Mary Catherine. But I'm sure she has an answer. But whatever that is, that's a lot of people that have been blessed by these products. That is a lot of people that we have put in the pipeline to help move around the bases, if we're talking our language, but that's a lot of knowledge. Okay, Selena. So I knew you did 21 in that day.
And that's going to be about the same as Dr. Butler and Andrea here in town.
Okay.
That's going to be about right too, 30 to 40.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of success happening in that room, and they're getting together to share it with all of us. So just so excited. Okay. Thank you, Melinda. So she said close to 1,000, if not more. So that's a lot. That's a lot of people being blessed. So get there if you can. Drive on over. We would love to see you. And Buffy, she was humble right there, but she's got a beautiful home, so she'll make it work. She's got in her family alone 100 people, so she can fit us all in there. So perfect. Thank you so much for hosting that and putting that together. I heard today, and I don't know what they are, because I was just told Buffy's got some IPAs that she didn't get the chance to share on the call this morning. So you need to ask her about them and have her share. So wow us with your IPAs, please.
Well, I had two, and it was, as my girl says, they say, Mama, say it right. Please just say it right. I'm like, shut up, girls. I'm old and I'm not used to something being in my ear. But like the host to post, I guess, I was listening to the IPAs, over and over again, and they have said it, and I was hearing it, but I wasn't, I guess, doing it, or I didn't have anybody to like use it on, maybe. And so, but one of my fellow bus drivers, I don't know, for some reason, she's just my dear friend, but I was scared to go there with my business. But I did. I said, if you're not interested in going in my business, and she claims she's not, and that's okay. I said, would you post? Would you post at least once a day? I didn't really want to push it and go twice a day, but would you just kind of tell your journey? Make a picture of you taking the drops, and just and then just tag me in it. And I'm telling you guys, I can't keep up. just
Yeah.
getting in her contacts, you know, I'm like, I had two people from just her to pick up drops today on my porch. So I mean that I didn't realize what was happening until I switch over to her, Facebook, and I have to watch. Now she's really good about, saying, "Hey, I talked to this person," or they message me. She's real good about that. So I was just so excited about me being kind of chicken to go, who do I ask to just post? Because yes, they are some out there that don't want in the business, and that's fine. That's fine. And I just kind of put it out there. Y'all know I've got a mouth, so I just said it. I'm like, hey, if three buys off of your post, I'll give you yours free. And she's like, deal? And I'm like,
Yeah.
deal. And I mean, that's exactly what's happening. So she is literally calling her friends to talk about the thing, and she's keeping a tally of every three. She gets one to do with whatever she wants to. It's just kind of because I'm getting in their contacts also,
Oh my
So
gosh.
I mean, like I feel like I'm using her. I don't mean that ugly, but she don't want in the business, but she's willing to do that. So I mean, that's every three boxes she sells from her post, she gets a box.
I love that.
So
I love that because what we can do with this system is we can let people win the way they want to win.
yes,
Right? There's
yes,
none of that like arm twisting. I don't know if any of you guys have ever twisted an arm. I've twisted an arm or two throughout the years where I'm like, well, you don't really want to, but let me tell you why you should anyway, right? Like you would try to finagle and make it work, and we don't have to do that. So that's huge. So there was a couple of clues right there. So one, she was scared, right? And she did it anyway. What's the saying? Like, feel the fear and do it anyway. And she found somebody that is using the drops, has some influence. And she said, could you just do me a favor? I know you don't want to sell these products. That's okay. Will you just do me a favor? And we can all do that. We all have people in our life that even if they just post one time, that puts us in, oh, sorry, my computer's dying. That puts us in a whole new realm of contacts. Like it just expanded it. Then we also have that that validation from her where she's saying, I'm not selling it, she is, but I really like it. So you might want to go over there and help her with that. So phenomenal IPA. And what was the second one?
And another one about her, and I discussed this with Dr. Crystal with her. She did not need to lose weight. So it's a whole different look when you see her in a picture, because it was her health. It was literally some stuff going on with her health that people are like, well, they see my post and, it may say skinny drops or it may, but she's saying both. I mean, she can see that I didn't need to lose any weight. I just needed to get healthy.
Yes.
And that was awesome. And the other is, I went really honestly blank about it. Oh, my box is coming in yesterday. My 10, I wait. Like I know everybody is just like me, waiting at the front door, like waiting on the parcel post truck or whoever's gonna bring it. Like we need them now. So that's what happened yesterday. And I had pre-sold some for this order that had just come in yesterday. And so nicely that it happened yesterday, because Connie was having her party. It was close to our town. And the girl was like, I need my drops. And I'm like, okay, you want to meet me? And she goes, sure. She said, I got grandbabies right now. She says, but it'll be closer to 6. I said, that'll be great. Meet me at this address.
Sneaky.
So she pulls up at Connie's. Now, I did not tell her. I said, now listen, we hang out, we have a good time, we laugh a lot. I said, I just need you. I said, I'll come out. If I'm already in, I'll come out, walk in with you. It was no pressure, but I kind of tricked her into picking up her boxes of drops. And it was perfect because she, when we walked back outside, she was like, I needed this, Buffy. I needed the fellowship. And then she got to hear you, really say what, and Connie's story and many others that was in the room story. So it was just so great. And she was like, when's the next one? I need my husband to hear this. So that was awesome, because that's what we want everybody to do, is just hear it, just listen to us.
I
So
love that.
that's what
Congratulations. Well, fantastic. She was a sweetheart too. She fit right in. Like she was part of the gang when she got in there.
Yes.
So that was really
Yes.
fun. And the other thing that I wanted to ask you about was kind of tell us a little bit about the system of growth. So well, two things. I had a phone call today with a brand partner that had kind of stepped out. And so she hadn't seen anything. Hold on, sorry. She hadn't seen what we were doing now, right? So she had been kind of not plugged in since before July. And so she called me and was like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm supposed to spend all this money before and I can't build, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, sugar, like we just have to get you up to speed, because it has never been more affordable for you to make money than it is right now. Like we can literally enroll somebody for $0, show them how to start sharing. The minute they take some orders, they can go put themselves in the system with their media kit and their first, set of boxes of drops, and they can use the money that they pre-sold for, right? And then they can start their business that way. Like you can literally start your business. Like when I had gotten started, like you don't have to split that on 2 credit cards like I did, right? So I love that we've really created something that's affordable for everybody. But talk to us a little bit about the system of growth, and what are you following it? What does it look like in Buffy's world? What would you tell us to be doing right now?
Well, post it 9 and 3, and I'm not the best at 9 and 3. I'm 9, 10, 9, or a little bit before 9, and that don't matter. It's just right there at 9 and right there at 3. The best, my best time's at 3, which don't tell anybody because I'm sitting on a school bus loading kids when I can post that. But that has really, and you said it earlier, I was scared that it was like, oh, people's going to quit following. People's going to, golly, we're so sick of seeing that. And, y'all all said it. It's when you said the My Pillow, it's like, okay, well, I have one. I have one, so it is, and people are seeing it. I mean, and they're not mad about it. They're not mad. They may scroll it, but they keep seeing it. And that's what I'm seeing now. I'm doing it like you're supposed to, and they're responding. They're literally responding. And like we say, put family or put whatever in between that, and get your all that stuff worked up where people can see it. And and I've not done it. If anybody could hear, and I'll just go ahead and just call myself to the principal office. I got chewed out this weekend, not chewed out. I got coached about, I was doing it, but I was doing it like at 9, and then I would miss the 3, or vice versa, or or too close together, or whatever. And I just really said, well, I'm going to do it regardless. And it absolutely blowed up this week. Like I've got a list. They laugh at me, and I don't know if anybody can see this, the list of drops I've got to know that I've got coming, so yes, do it. Who cares what they think? Do it.
Well, and it's true. And I think about the My Pillow, that's a great example. I think most of us probably own some. We have quite a few in our home, but it's one of those things that you kind of first saw it and you didn't think, you weren't that impressed, right? It was a kind of a strange duck selling a pillow. Like I can get a pillow at Costco. You just didn't think anything of it. Then you saw it again and he kind of grew on you. And you saw it again and he grew on you a little bit more. And then you just kept seeing it. It was like, well, I guess I do need one of these. And I feel like we're kind of the same way. And I see that with my posting. Again, consistency is so key. And I have proven it, because when I'm not consistent, I'm like, gosh, nobody wants my drops. Oh, because they forgot that I have them. And then when I'm back on there and I'm consistent, like, well, I'm out again. So I was like, oh, I'm flush. I got 10. I'm good. I got my 10, didn't have really, maybe had 1 or 2 sold. They're all gone. And now I'm taking pre-orders and I'm like, oh shoot, now I'm behind again. Well, because I got back to work. So if you want to move them, you got to be consistent. And I will say this, I'll tell you, I don't know how many Zooms that we've been on this week. It's so much fun. Like, guys, use me because I really love it. It's a lot of fun. But I would say there were at least 4 of all the Zooms that the guests said, like, they literally out of their mouth at the end of the Zoom, they said, well, I don't want to sell them. Okay, perfect. But I don't want to sell them, but I want to get the 4-pack because my sister-in-law needs it and I want my husband to have it and this person. So I'm going to sell it to those 3, but that's it. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If you don't want to sell it to 3 people each month, you don't have to. But if you end up not selling it to those 3 people each month, you could get your product for free every single month. And they're like, oh, okay, but I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to sell those 3. I'm like, okay, well, you just don't sell anymore. You can stop at that. But you think about it, but it's kind of the way we all started, because I don't know if anybody signed up for this saying, you know what I want to do? I want to sell, network marketing when I was a little girl. Like, that wasn't my career aspirations. I think I wanted to be a ballerina, but realized I can't dance. But that wasn't our aspiration. But then you get in and you fall in love with the industry, and you fall in love with the people, and you fall in love with the products. And then you say, oh man, I want to bless somebody. I want somebody else to feel as good as I'm feeling. And that's what we're seeing with these drop customers, that they're on for a week, they're on for 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, I don't have any desire to sell, but I sure want to have people feel like me. And it's like,
So
okay, well then just do that.
that's exactly, with you saying that, you said my story. I had a girl that was on her 2nd box, and I just enrolled her this week, and she's like, but I don't want to sell them. I'll just take them for me. But,
Mhm.
and that was the big but. My sister wants one. Her best friend wants one. I mean, and I'm like, okay, just do you. We're putting you in the business. So that's exactly what's happening.
And you know what? I actually had a fun one. So I'll tell you guys about this and then we'll shush. My Venmo, like you can, maybe you can see, nope, there, well, you can see my fingernails. Okay, well, fine. I tried. I just got a Venmo from a gal. So I have a customer on the drops. She wanted to order her 2nd box. And I said, well, would you like to get on the, blah, blah, blah. I went through the spiel about getting her on a Zoom so that I could work on converting her. And she said, no. She said, I'm getting married in 3 weeks. I don't even want to think about this. Will you please just sell me another box? And when I'm back from my honeymoon and all of that, then we can talk. And I said, okay, great. Well, she's not selling it right now before her wedding, but I'll tell you, this is the 2nd person that she sent to me that is ordered. And that's a customer that said, no, I don't want to even hear about it because I'm busy right now. And guess what, though? I loved on her. And I said, perfect, like, congratulations, so excited for you. And yeah, when you're ready, we'll talk. Like, there's no pressure. This is great for me and it's great for you. So let's just continue. But she's still sending people our way. So I love it. So if we have time, I have a couple of questions. Okay, well, this is what I'm going to say. Paula and Chance, I don't know which one of you that is. Go ahead and shoot me a text. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat so that we can try to answer some questions, probably more one-on-one. But Buffy, to close us out, would you have one last tip for us tonight?
Don't be scared. Just do it. They're going to do it or not. It's a yes, no. That was one thing I had. It's a yes, no question, or so just post at 9 and 3. Just try it and see what happens. I challenge you to just try it. 9 and 3. Do what the script says. Don't change nothing, and just go with it. The boards on reacting to their, what is it, how much does it cost, is all perfect. I mean, I mean, I'm working with a guy in Mississippi now, and I'm like, this is what we're doing. And he's like, oh, cool. I mean, it's just easy. So just don't be scared like I was. The chicken list. Just ask them.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Buffy. We so
And I
appreciate
want
you.
everybody there. I want everybody that's driving distance at my house on the 14th.
Perfect.
Let's pack
Let's
it
do it. Let's pack it out. Well, guys, thank you so much. Buffy, thank you for your wisdom and for being willing to join me tonight. Connie, adore you. Buffy, I adore you too. But thank you so much for jumping on here. And guys, thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with all of us. We look forward to seeing you back on the Coach's Corner and the IPA.